Wow, welcome, everyone. Harrison.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone. This is the NgoVo Convo podcast. I'm Veronica. And I'm joined by Harrison. I almost said Harry. That's not
Long
your
work
name.
day?
Yeah. Almost said, I'm joined by Harry. Said.
What is this?
What is this? Nicknames now. But we're both just here wanting an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics. But also, we're trying to clean up Harrison's One Piece backlog. It's coming up.
It's coming up.
We're catching up.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But yeah, some people would say it's two people conversing.
Like NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo, but right above my head. Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. All right.
Long work day. But yeah, we're just here, just two people having a long work day. Now just blabbing about One Piece. So it'll be fine. It'll be a good episode. But yeah, you can watch every episode on YouTube or listen to it as a podcast by searching NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice. We're everywhere, anywhere. Look it up. But comment down below if we're not somewhere. But we should be everywhere. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in this episode, it's episode 29 of our One Piece manga review. And as usual, there will be no spoilers. We kind of just go right into it. And if you don't already know, Harrison's reading the manga, and he'll slowly watch the anime eventually. One of these days. But we'll be we'll be looking over chapters 925 to 955. And you would think that such a small amount of chapters would lead us to a short episode.
It could. Who knows? If you have good time management.
There was just a lot.
There was a lot. There was so much.
A lot. Too much. But we'll be here, chaotically talking about Wano Act 2. So, yeah.
Do you know if in the anime they actually designate Act 1, Act 2? Mm-hmm. Okay. Like they cut off in a certain way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Just like the manga panels, and then the music is like great.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah. No. Like you'll know when like the act is ending in the anime. It's beautiful. It's great. Oh. I think you would like the color scheme in the anime.
I've been told. Like even my wife told me, she was like, dude, if we watch this, I'm totally down. Because I don't know if she's watched Wano. I don't think she's watched
watched the second half.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think she has. I think she's watched like bits and pieces.
I know for sure she's watched clips because she just showed me a clip yesterday after I finished this.
No, but it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, we're starting the arc off with a pirate that we haven't seen since Thriller Bark.
Yep.
Perona, she's back. Mihawk, he's back. Moria, he's back. Maybe.
Yeah, it was all very quick. Just it showed those characters specifically, and it was like a very quick aside to like explain, hey, here's where Blackbeard's at, right? I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Did you like that one Blackbeard pirate where she was like mimicking?
Yeah, because it got me confused.
Yeah.
But then I think the idea was just to get the idea across that he's stealing devil fruit powers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because she got the clear fruit.
Yeah, she got well,
from
her,
that,
or was it someone else? No. I thought that was the Commodore dude, the swordsman dude.
I thought it was the girl.
The girl was the one that like changed, or maybe it was her.
I think it was her though.
Did she have two? Oh man, it's been that long.
Yeah. Oh, when did you binge this? Over the weekend, right?
I read the first. So this first part I read earlier last week.
Oh.
And then I binged the rest of it.
It's been like a week.
Last week.
Yeah. No, I think the lady.
The lady. Give me a second.
Yeah,
but anyway.
Go look it up. But yeah, that's like a nice little, I guess, break from Wano just to see where the outside world is at. But I think it was really nice to see Mihawk and Perona again. I just love how Mihawk was like teasing her. He's like, get out of my house then. Leave. Are you looking it up? You're searching it up?
Yeah. So the Katarina Devon was the one that changed or took the body or something. And then
but
the
someone
other...
else took the fruit. Devil fruit.
Yeah. The
Was that one
Shiryu.
Ah.
Invisible Man.
The
He got
invincible.
the fruit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember he was like, wait, where'd you come from? And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Okay. I totally forgot the guy. Whoops.
I got it.
See, you got me. It's fine. It's fine. But I just want to ask you, how do you feel about Luffy and Kid?
Oh, it's so funny because it's like nothing's changed, right? Since what island? What was that island again? Or that one port? It was under
above the Fishman Island.
Fishman, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. All of a sudden, it's been so long.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I also forgot. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean that's where all like the worst generation met up, right? So it's like the rivalry was always there, and it's just funny that they continue to do so, and they just rack up money.
Yeah. I thought it was so funny. They're just like two children playing in this playground. And then it's like an actual like labor camp.
Yeah, it's just a labor camp, and they're just like racking up like the coupon or whatever, the tickets to get food.
Food coupon, yeah.
Yeah, the food coupon. Yeah.
No, I thought that was so funny to watch because I was just like, this is typical Luffy. He just wants food. He would do whatever he can to get food, and he did. Let's see here. How do you feel about Robin? She was, or should I say, Robbie. Robin. There's a lot of O names here in
Again,
Wano.
Yeah.
So, being summoned by the Shogun.
I think so. Yes, that was cool. I think that whole section wasn't that around Sanji's soba shop.
Yeah. That was happening at the same time.
Yes.
Soba shop too. Yeah.
Okay. Because I think it was just funny how they're like, "Have we heard about Luffy?" Because their reactions were all the ones that like had like the it was like the what face when they read the message that. But because it was Frankie, Usopp,
and
Robin,
yeah,
around his shop, and they're like, I thought what was funnier was Sanji like had to recruit people right with his shop.
What type of people?
All the ladies just walking up, like, bro, what are you doing?
I love how Usopp's like, not the type of recruitment that we need.
So,
but hey, whatever works, you know. Whatever.
I guess.
Did you enjoy the ceremony?
Oh, the
Oran ceremony? Yeah.
Yes, it was. You're asking me, and I don't remember. It's significant, but it was kind of. Was this the part that she just walked like?
She just kind of like walked out.
Yeah, walked through, right? Walked through the town.
Walked through the town.
And how like the three guys tried to attack her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, she did take their money.
No, that was gonna say. I got confused with who she was. Like throughout this whole section. Well, okay. Can we just talk about this whole plot?
Yeah, no,
okay. So first thing was they showed that she was Oran, right? I was like, okay, cool. She's like, they made her seem very shitty.
Yeah.
But then, like, questionable, because she had like the looks and stuff and all that. She's like, oh, what you do? Then they reveal who she is.
Yes. Were you surprised? I know you said you were confused.
So, I was initially confused because I think I skipped over a section. Not skipped over, but I glossed over a part.
A part?
So, like,
okay.
It's like the part when, like, they did the whole section of, like, okay, she gets killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Because she gets slashed by the
swordsman.
The big boss swordsman of that. Yeah. With the afro or pompadour thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then they reveal that she's actually Momonosuke's sister.
Momosuke?
Momosuke's sister?
Yes, little sister.
Yori? little, but time travel's a thing, and it's kind of
yes, it is.
So, I saw her carrying the other girl, the smiley one, the
Toko?
attendant. Yeah. Yes, Toko.
Yeah.
And I got confused. I was like, okay, she's carrying her. Is that also the Oron? Because
okay.
that's where I got confused. Because I was like, wait, they say the Oron's dead, but is she actually dead then? I don't know what's going on here. Blah, blah, blah.
That was kind of like a semi not smooth transition from Oron to...
It's funny because then my wife showed me a clip. If I saw the clip, if I was watching it, you would have caught it. I would have caught it instantly.
You probably would have caught it.
Yeah. I would have not have like...
It's black and white, so you're probably like, huh?
Yeah. So but they do quickly say it because then like everyone's like, oh, is that her? And then like I think Zoro, because this is when Zoro like took her, like saved her and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then Toko's like, of course, she's the Oron. And I'm like, I think I missed that completely.
Oh yeah, because she does say it.
I think, well, she says it in the anime. That's why I think I must have glossed over it. It must have been a quick thing.
I think it was just a quick little bubble.
Yes, and I might have missed it.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
But yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah. That was really cool. I mean, Zoro has Riz, apparently. We'll get to that plot point a little bit.
But sorry, I derailed you. Where were you going?
No, it's totally fine. Because let's go back to Zoro, because he did travel, per usual. He left the crew. He traveled out on his own.
Got lost.
He went to this town called Ibisu, and that's kind of where we meet Yasu. Mm-hmm. This kind of like smiley, happy, go lucky man. And then we get into his backstory. And this is where it's just like, oh, knife to heart.
I was going to say, so this entire Act 2 does Oda does a very good job in like sprinkling all these people as you go.
Like around.
Like they're just around, and you just kind of see like, oh, he meets this guy. Oh, you meet this little girl. Oh, But they just kind of mention, but it kind of leads it. For some moments, it answers a previous question we had, but then all of a sudden it opens another question of what the hell just happened.
But then it gets answered later on.
Yeah. And it'll always get answered later on. So so my thing was always Yasu was kind of, to me, again, I think it's just like the whole smile, like,
which you did find out about the smile devil fruit eventually.
Yeah, but initially I was really like, that's kind of creepy, dude. Like, this guy's kind of sus. And he does more stuff because then eventually he meets the other guys and he just tells them, oh yeah, I heard about this and like the plan of blood, so we just make that work.
Yeah, because in this arc, the plan is like derailed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this arc, they're trying to fix it. So Yasu kind of found out.
It was like slowly derailing.
Yeah, slowly derailing.
Like things would start happening. And
but then we find out that Yasu's like, oh, I'll just go into town. So he's like, that was his way of fixing the derailed plan.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was like he got caught in a sense because he was claiming that he was like something.
He was,
But then reveals that he was actually the daimyo. And I was like, dude, that's insane.
Which is really cool. Yeah.
Just really sad.
And then the connection with Toko, his daughter.
Which then you're like, oh, that's why she keeps laughing. But then you also learn, well, because as she was laughing, right? The connection to, like, I'm like, okay, is she from Ibisu? Because she might just be a kid from there. Blah, blah, blah. Because they explain that they all just keep smiling and laughing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. But then the plot point is like, oh, the smile devil fruit from Kaido. It's crazy.
Which is bad because, like,
they were just basically experiments.
Yeah.
Which is what it
was like whoever failed to eat it, because they always just take one bite, and then Orochi would just send dude, that was so messed up. It's like the deeper you get into, you're like, oh, you think it's bad? Actually, no, he just fed them the apples, and of course,
worse.
And they're like, oh yeah, they're hungry. Of course, they're gonna eat it, and that was the side effect. I was like, oh.
I think what Oda does really well is dark themes, and then he sprinkles it in to make it look cute. And I say the word cute because, like, he ramps it up in a way where you're just, like, not expecting it. Like, I feel like you did not expect Yasu to just be, like, this, in his past life, was, like, this crazy boss. Like,
no, yeah, because, no, you're right in the sense of, like, he just exposes you to, like, this world, and he's like, oh, here's this town. They just all, like, smile and all that.
Yeah.
And then they just laugh, and he's like, oh, just make it sound like it's okay. And then the more you learn, you're like, oh, this is actually even worse. And then the gut-wrenching part was when Yasu died and he gets shot up and everything. Everyone from the village is actually, like, bawling their eyes out.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to, you have to pay attention, right? If you don't, because all the speech bubbles are, like, them laughing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, everyone's like, what? Why are they laughing? That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's, like, twofold messed up. Because everyone doesn't know that they're just crying.
I mean, they're just crying. Yeah. And if you're not looking or, like, paying attention, like, you won't
Well, no,
notice it.
even if you're looking at them, it looks like they're just crying of laughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So even then, I'm like, dude, that's so...
Isn't that messed up?
It's so messed up.
I mean, but... And then when Yasuo died, you sent a screenshot of Sanji and Zoro. You were like, look at them. Beautiful. But they haven't been together in a panel in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was like...
It's been...
Since, like, Dressrosa.
No, before then.
I think Dressrosa was the last arc that they were together. Like, fighting.
Zoro wasn't there.
Dressrosa?
Oh, sorry, Dressrosa. I was thinking of Whole Cake. My bad.
Oh, I was like...
Yeah. They're together after Dressrosa.
Yeah.
Too. But then they left. Yes. Sorry.
Then
my
they
bad.
split. Yeah, I was like...
My bad. I flipped it.
Did I misread? I was like, what?
You're not wrong.
No, but the panel that you screenshot... Well, the 3 panels that you screenshot were hilarious. Because I knew you would screenshot those.
Yeah.
But I think it was nice. It was nice to see them together,
fighting,
making a mess.
I just love how he's like, they call it, what was it? Brow Goro.
Yeah.
And
Masjuro.
I was like, oh, they still keep up with the nicknames.
But Zoro has a beautiful woman.
Okay, no, so we're gonna dial it back.
We're gonna dial it back a little bit.
That part was great because, again, I think that's the hard part with this whole act 2. The reason why it's just so dense is because you have to keep jumping around, like legitimately.
No, you have to keep jumping around. Yeah.
But like, for instance, Brooks was told to hide out somewhere, and then he walks into this place that all of a sudden you see Zoro, and then like Hiyori.
Yeah.
And then Toko sleeping on Zoro.
Zoro.
And he's like, oh.
I like how he's like, sorry for interrupting.
My bad. And just walks away. And Zoro's like, wait, it's not what you think. Come back. Okay.
I feel like they had like the best talk. Like they glossed over it without glossing over it because Brooks was just like, huh, what's going on here?
Because if you look at it, you're like, whoa.
It's so funny. But at the same time, I mean, Zoro went out on his own because he lost his sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Because he was just straight up searching for, I forgot what it's called all of a sudden. But yes, the sword that was from Thriller Bark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which now you know originated from Wano.
Which they all consider as like a national treasure. And I was like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love how Zoro is so passionate about his swords, where he's like, just give me the sword and no one dies. He's like, just give it back to me.
Just give it back.
I want it.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I got it.
And then he's like, along the lines, he's like, I don't care if it's a national treasure. Just give it back to me.
Fair.
It's fair. It's fair. Valid.
But then because of that whole relationship, because now I understand there's a ship going on with the two, which is cute because like Hiyori was like, oh, it's like, oh, I just snuggled in because it was cold and blah blah. I was like, but how was it? Normally men freak out.
And
normally men just freak out with the idea of doing this. So how was it for you? And he's like, eh.
Zoro's just, Zoro.
Zoro just being Zoro. Just very. And he's like, oh, you're just very forward, aren't you? She's like, yes.
But then, I love how gentle he is to Toko. Because he's just like, he's like, okay.
But then that's fast forward to when Yasu dies.
Yeah.
Zoro lunges in to save Toko because she was trying to like, oh, that was another sad part. Quick sad part was she's like, I finally got some medicine and it's a snake oil thing. And Usopp's like, no.
I know. It was
He's
so
like,
sad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then Zoro's just like, let me save you. Catch him there. It's so funny because he's like gentle and he just throws her to Usopp and says, leave.
Get out.
Go. Be useful.
Gosh. No, that whole section was just Zoro's plot point was cool. I think right after that, is that when hold on.
That is when Sanji uses his
That's
Germa
what I was
suit.
gonna ask.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not expect him to have like the moment he held the canister set 3, I was like, oh, it's happening. Oh, it's so cool.
It's just so interesting because Germa, they're just so well known in other places in One Piece that the audacity for Law to just say, explain the suit to Usopp.
Well, I was going to say, I was like, well, I forgot if Law just knew or if he was from the area, but he was like, no, yeah, they have comics about this. And he just started explaining. I was like, it's like, damn, dude.
Usopp and Frankie are like, huh? What?
Well, I think they were like freaking out because he has a suit.
Yeah. Especially Frankie. I mean,
and Frankie was freaking out. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Sanji uses it. He's stealth black, just like his, his Superman suit, I should say.
Yeah. But he's so fast, which is so funny.
It is. It heightens his like quickness.
Yep.
And his invisibleness.
Because he was fighting, my God, what's his name?
I forgot his name. He was fighting people, that sword guy.
Yeah.
Because of his shop.
That's what it was, yes.
Because they were like trying to hunt him down for his silver shop. Yeah. So that was going on. And as that was going on, we kind of go back to the labor camp.
Okay, yes, this whole section. Let's just talk about this whole section. This whole labor camp thing has been crazy.
It has been crazy.
I do like it. Initially, I just thought it was really funny because I was like, oh, okay. Straight up, it's just going to be Luffy's training arc because he's stuck somewhere.
And you said that in the first arc too. Towards the end, you're like, "Oh, is it his training arc?" And I was like, "Maybe."
I said it as a joke.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't serious. And then as I read this act, I was like, "Oh God, it is his training arc." Okay.
But it was a good training arc.
No, it was cool. No, because it gave him like a lot of practice dummies, right? The cool part of this whole thing was the old man Hyo.
Yeah.
Was like actually. So I love how they do this, right? Like they mention like random people, and they were talking about, oh man, if we had this guy to help us, because he was the old like Yakuza boss and the current Yakuza boss, because they're explaining the like timeline,
kind of the dynamics.
Yeah, because the current Yakuza boss is the one that was in charge of the Oiran. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So they were just talking about the old guy, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then all of a sudden, they name drop and made the connection that this old dude was him. I was like, what's going on? This is crazy.
What is this?
and then they're like, oh, don't one of the guys says like, don't let anything happen to him, which was the toad frog.
Oh yeah.
Who was locked up too.
Yeah.
Again, it's also kind of hard to keep.
Yeah,
it's also hard to keep up with who. Or not really hard. It was just like remembering like, oh yeah, this guy was a part of that group. This guy was a part of this group. It's a lot, but it's like not that. It's not too bad, right? It's easy to juggle. But
did you like his, like what happened to his training arc? It was unique. I thought
it was unique. It was,
Yeah.
well, kind of. In my opinion, he was just,
It's very
he found
One
Yoda.
Piece. Yeah.
No, he just found Yoda. It wasn't One Piece to me. As we read through it, I was like, oh, so Old Man Hero is just with Yoda in this scenario.
That is true. That's a good explanation. Yeah.
Well, because then it was funny because he's like small, right? So I'm just like,
Yeah.
and he's old, but then he has the power. He's like the fact that he also had hockey was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they
Yes.
called it something else, right? But they're like explaining like, oh yeah, this is hockey.
Yeah. And I just love that Luffy's like, oh, let me just try it on them. Like, stand back.
Fails consistently for the longest time. But I do like how the one time he figures it out was when he did the same thing that oh my god, what's his name? Silver? The first mate.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Rayleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grabs the collar and he does the same
Mhm.
thing. They
From
have
Thriller.
to do it with callback. They did a
Yeah.
whole ass callback, and I'm like, oh, that's true. That's essentially the same. But then, Hyogoro was like, I can't teach him anything. I can only feel like he's like, this guy's beyond my powers essentially.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was cool. I was like, oh.
Yeah. And then the connection is that, I mean, Goldie Roger, like the old man, knew him. And Luffy's like, oh, you heard of him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I know.
Because he's trying to
I felt
explain
like,
what Rayleigh could do, right? He's like, that's
Yeah.
what I want to do.
yeah.
So
No,
That-
but I think that whole arc was really cool.
I think
Cool
this
to
is.
see.
I think it wasn't exactly unique. I think it was just like rolled into very well. Like we eased
Yeah.
into the training part pretty well. It wasn't. I know I joked about it, but I wasn't expecting it to be a whole ass like training arc because
An
he did
actual
stay
arc.
there. Because he is still there, and he's just training.
Purposely, he stayed there.
Yeah.
He could have left any time.
Yes. Because the whole Queen left. Because
Mm-hmm.
Queen left.
Yes, Queen did
I
leave.
didn't expect Big Mama to pop up
to
so fast.
arrive.
Well, one get knocked down.
You met King.
Yes, because King
Yeah.
knocked her down.
Yeah,
She lost her memory.
from Wano.
Knocked
Poor
her off
Chopper.
from
Chopper was so anxious.
Wano. Dude, of course, he's like, because in here we have like what's the girl's name? She was just like buddy
Otaku?
with
Yeah.
buddy with like Big Mama. They talk about food and all that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh.
And
it is-
Otaku's like, oh yeah, the red bean soup, my favorite.
And she's like talking up with Storm, and he's like, oh my god, what if they don't have the food? It's like,
Which
this
they
is
don't
all a
because
lie.
Luffy did eat it.
But it existed there though. It
Yeah,
was there,
it did,
which
it
is even
did.
funnier. I was like, oh, dude, it's just so much going on.
So much was going on. But yeah, Big Mama's back, ready to maybe remember again. I like it when she doesn't remember because she's just such a kind soul when she doesn't remember who
Yeah,
she
because
is.
she just wanted to bring back the food to share with the village that didn't have food. Like she's
Yeah.
aware. I'm like, oh my god, she's nice.
Yeah, no. I feel like Big Mama is like a really tragic character that we could just dive into a different episode.
It's a whole, it's a whole
Yeah.
thing.
It's a whole thing. But oh my god, when I first read this and Big Mama didn't remember who she was, and then she had to partner with Chopper, I was like, oh, Chopper is like literally going to be emergency food for Big Mama.
She kept looking over Drew, and she's like, stop doing that.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, Chopper, please. But yeah, while all of that was happening, Robin was trying to. We're going to go back to Robin because she was kind of trying to find information, basically.
Yeah, which was at the party, right? Which is
Yeah, which she got invited to.
yes.
To
Sorry,
be at.
this is the party that Hiyori dies at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she was kind of like found / discovered.
By all the
Thankfully,
ninjas.
she had basically like a second body there, like not her real body.
Yeah.
I guess she knew. I mean, obviously, she was like, I'm not risking it.
Smart.
And it's like, to me, when Robin finds information, it's usually useful. And then when she goes back to the group, she's like, yeah, I didn't find anything useful.
She
Like,
starts listing off all this
Yeah.
stuff, and they're like, Girl, that's a lot. What do you mean?
Nami's like, that's useful. What do you mean? Not useful.
Yeah, that whole thing, and then that whole section was just talking about how like Orochi's like actually like terrified and all that
Yeah.
of like
How do
the
you feel about
20-year
him?
curse.
How do you feel about Orochi?
Typical scum.
Yeah. Typical. Typical tyrant, I would
It's
say.
like what we're used to at this point, right?
Yeah. No, and he has a devil fruit too. The snake.
Yes, he has a
Devil
snake fruit. So it's so, and just to make sure I'm catching up on, because I did kind of speed read. If it's snake, it's legit. But if it's a smile something, it's fake.
Yeah.
Because there are animal fruits, and those are the smile fruits, but they
Yeah.
call it like smile something fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It's
it's
not
like that's like the artificial devil fruit.
Yeah, it's yeah. Okay.
So if they're like a hybrid of like an animal with like a human body, it's not the real devil.
More often. It's
Most often it's not.
Yeah.
And I put a picture here of like the map because I forgot how big Wano is. Because if you really think about it, Wano is actually like this like island, and it's split into like 6 areas. And basically, Arc 2, everyone was just
everywhere,
spread out everywhere, anywhere and everywhere, and
it
was
was cool to see because it does give perspective of like how big it is, but it also doesn't feel as big as like other moments.
Places.
But I think it's because they jump cut to it a lot, right? Because at this point, at the end of Act 2, we've been to like every part.
Yeah.
Actually,
at least
I don't know
we've
about
like
Kibi, but
we've glossed over. I feel like most of them. Most of the
but like
areas.
the Northern Graveyard, like Ringo, and then like actually Udon, maybe just 2 of them we didn't. Hakumai, did we? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But
no.
Again, everyone's at different spots. But
so basically this arc is just chaos because everyone's doing everything at the same time. And
but
that's
it's
why
all
we're jumping.
in prep. But I think it's really cool because it's all in prep for like the big day, right? The countdown's still going, and it still feels very. It doesn't feel as jumpy. Right? It feels set-up-y, but it feels like urgent, so it feels fun to read and all that. I think my big takeaways.
It's like
it's all planned
attack. Yeah,
and I know there's lots going on because I think by the end, my big takeaways are essentially like the big things that I noticed that are cool. Wano's actually super technologically advanced, right? In a sense.
Yeah.
In a sense, with all their because they mentioned like a visual snail, like actually a visual snail. I was like, dude, that's what? Introducing that. They introduced like the walkie-talkie, like the snail.
The little baby snail.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like a quick it's a quick access, but it's like they have one central snail, and I'm like that's advanced too. Technically, by snail.
No, the snail.
By snail. My snail logic, I guess.
Yeah. By One Piece logic.
Yeah. Dude, and the Smile Foods whole thing is actually really messed up. Because that created the cast thing. I just realized there's a cast within the organization. I was like, dude, that's crazy. And Kaido and Big Mama are now partnering up.
Which is crazy. I mean, if you remember at the beginning, since they're emperors of the sea, they're not supposed to partner up.
1, that's already a bad thing. But then 2, they were already old crewmates.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? When? What?
How? Did you like how Zoro got a new sword?
That was my favorite.
I knew it.
That was my favorite section. Because before then, them explaining how they got so many swords, again, they keep building on like, okay, we need a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now we have a lot of people. Okay, now we need weapons.
Now we
have a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
So I think the buildup of like how they're, it was really quick, but they're kind of, it feels quick, but it's like, all these steps. But it was cool that in that moment when they got the swords, Zoro was like, oh, I want that sword. But then Hiyori was like, take mine. And I was like, oh, it was my dad's. I was like, oh, it was also cool that Odin had 2. And I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, one's with Momo, one's with Hiyori.
and it's and was it Enma?
Yeah, Enma's crazy.
Enma's crazy.
Enma's really crazy.
Because he was like, because they were saying like how normal people would just get like essentially disintegrated just by using it.
But then you think about like how leveled up Zoro is. He understands hockey. Like he's up there with Luffy, I think.
Yes.
He's up there.
Yeah.
So it's like I think he understands. Plus, I feel like Zoro has this like sixth sense of swords.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's been kind of shown from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
From his last cursed sword.
And I mean, if you do a callback from early on, he's always had a cursed sword. Mm-hmm. So one of his swords always like taboo-y.
Taboo. Yeah. It was always yeah.
So this is nothing new. Nothing new.
But that was my favorite part. Just seeing that reveal, I was like, that's so cool.
Are you Zoro's #1 fan?
Oh,
get in line.
Yeah.
Get in line.
Hiyori is so lucky she doesn't even realize it. Not fair.
I know. I agree.
It should have been me.
Should have been you.
Should have been me. I'm cold too.
I need warmth.
Yeah,
Did you like how Brooks is a lucky dead man? He's always finding
the polygraphs?
Polygraphs.
Or
yeah.
Polygraph?
I
forgot.
Polygraphs?
I forgot.
But then that just goes into like, Robin's like, there's probably another one.
Because he even said it wasn't the right one, technically.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's got to be more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to point out, there's two things that were really funny to me in that it was just a lot of work. How Raizo kept trying to get the keys, and finally when he gets the key, Luffy doesn't need it. He gets unlocked right away. He's like, what the?
He's like, I could have just not needed to get this keys.
Frankie's search for the map or like the mansion.
Oh, the mansion layout. Yeah.
He had to go through so many people, and it finally just ended up with what's his name? It was one of the swords guy. It was one of the swordsmen, the samurai.
Yeah. Yeah.
The big
But
one.
he also ended up quitting his job.
Screw this.
He's like, I'm quitting. It's fine. Let's see here. Oh, Killer.
That was sad too.
Wasn't that sad?
That's actually like it was a very quick like explanation of like why
there's a Killer versus Zoro, and it was just like a crazy swordsman match.
Yep.
And then
but we didn't even know it was him.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
We didn't know. Yeah, it was a mini arc because towards the end, I mean, we find out Killer ate the smile fruit.
Yeah, either ate it by choice or was forced. You don't know. It doesn't. Yeah. You can't tell.
Yeah. Well, kids just like, what happened to you?
Yeah. Because it was a quick explanation. Because I'm like, why is the guy in front of him like? Is he captured too? I'm confused.
Yeah.
What's going on? And then they explain like, no, it's also his friend. I was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, Kiku is a trans woman. We find out.
So, and just to get it, they said that women at heart, but I forgot if was it a dude's body or was it female at that point? Because they called they called her like the most handsome like samurai back then.
Yeah.
So I was like,
but I think she did say a line where she was like, "Oh yeah, woman at heart," but then like she's like, "My body is like still of a man."
Okay, I don't remember seeing that. I just felt like, I'm a woman at heart, but that was probably after that.
Yeah.
I was just speedrunning. I was like, what's going on? What? When?
What? How? When?
But
Oda does it so well. He just kind of like slips in.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that was
small detail.
Again, I was like, still progressive. It's cool. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Awesome.
Did you like Sanji's invisibleness in the back?
Knocked out. Absolutely. I get it. It was funny. I was reading the aside at the end, and it was fun. Do you remember like how like Oda was like Sanji was explaining? It's like He's explaining like, dude, it's a mixed bath anyway. What's the big deal? You could have just gone in. He's like, no, it's not the same. It's not right.
It's not right. I mean, he did see Nami, so
we've come so far.
Have we?
Full on, yeah.
A call back to when Sanji wanted the clear fruit.
And now he realized, I thought I lost his power, but I realized I did not.
But at the same time, he does not thank his dad whatsoever for this.
No, he still hates being Vince Smoke.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, it does. I don't think I have anything else. I mean, Kaido and Big Mama, they're kind of a force combined now.
So, and right now they don't know that the force is combined, right?
No.
That's what I was like. The speculations
secret.
right now are just only on Kaido's forces.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was like. Oh, they don't know yet. Oh no.
No. And I mean, we end Act 2 with the Fire Festival starting.
Yep.
So.
Which again, I was like, I thought that was a very cool, quick nod to like the idea of, or quick note on, it's a day of remembrance for like the dead essentially.
For the dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, Which.
What are you predicting the next 100?
I don't know, dude. No, I don't know, dude.
Chapters?
If this is a roller coaster already, I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I'm just here for the ride at this point. I've consistently said I'm here for a ride, and this ride has been unpredictable every time. I don't know what's going on.
You're
but I'm
Wano,
hyped.
so
Is this cool?
Yeah. I'm excited for you to get to Act 3. It will be a lot, but it will be fun to see you react to.
But it's not Dressrosa a lot, right? Like lengthwise.
Oh, not
lengthwise.
No.
Yes.
No.
Sorry.
No. It's always Wano has always been chaotic, but it's always like linked back to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say my final thoughts on this whole thing so far is like it's been a really cool build up.
Yeah.
Where everything is kind of building on top of each other, everything's connected, and they keep calling back to certain things. So I think that's just been really good.
Keep remembering past chapters. That's all I'll say.
I know.
But you're getting close to that 1,000 chapter. You're good.
I dropped one. My bad. But yeah, it's
gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be perfection. But yeah, that's all I have. I don't know if anything else. I don't think we missed anything else. I think we chaotically went through everything.
As best as we could.
As best as we could.
You asked my thoughts on as much as you could.
Yes. Oh wait, but do you like King and Queen? It's a quick intro to them.
Yeah.
More of King than Queen because we've already seen Queen a little bit more.
I was gonna say we saw more Queen already, so
yeah,
because he fought Big Mama.
Yeah. Big
Mom. So yeah, I think King is still like up because I don't know what's up with him quite yet. But
yeah. But yeah, it'll be good. Yeah. It'll be juicy. I can't wait for you to react. Send me screenshots of everything.
Oh.
Can't wait. I can't wait. But yeah, that's all I have. Is that all you have?
Yep.
Perfect.
It's all good. Can't wait.
Thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on all of our socials at NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, comment down below where you're at in Wano. If you're watching it, reading it, follow along. Harrison's almost caught up to One Piece. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah.
It's almost. But like this video, smash that subscribe button. And yeah, we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.